And just like that, I got boarding group 2. Oh my God. Good morning, everyone. Today is another magical day. Today we are back at Hollywood Studios, and today I've got the updated tips and tricks for you, as promised, to getting a boarding group for Rise the Resistance with this new situation. Time is now 9:52, and this is a great time to be in the park, more than 5 minutes before the official opening, and they let people in before that. You can actually start driving or getting into Hollywood Studios right around 9:30-ish, just around there, 30 minutes prior, and you can get ready for the 10 a.m. opening of the boarding group. Now, one of the first things you want to do when you get into the park, when you're ready for Rise the Resistance boarding groups, you're waiting for the 10 o'clock time. And by the way, right now, the time of filming is a 10 o'clock opening and a 2 p.m. opening. We'll get back to that in a little bit. But you want to make sure the app is open, and my recommendation is to stay off of the Wi-Fi. Instead, walk around till you find an area of the park, for me it's right by Indiana Jones, where the LTE or whatever the connection is says the full connection. So I've got 4 bars LTE right here.
Guests hoping to confront the First Order in Star Wars Rise of the Resistance may join our virtual queue through the My Disney Experience app.
Great announcement right there, 6 minutes prior to the official opening of the boarding group. In the past, I mentioned you want to keep the My Disney Experience app closed prior to the official opening. That has changed. This new system has changed that entirely. Now you actually want to keep the app open, and you want to go to the virtual queues before it officially opens. How do you get there? My Disney Experience app, 3 little lines in the bottom right-hand corner of the app. You're going to click virtual queues. When you do that, you'll see this join virtual queue pop up right there. Now we can click it right here, and it says it's not boarding right there. We're actually going to click the back button right there, and we're going to stay right on this screen until it hits exactly 10 o'clock. Sure enough, I've noticed that my bars have actually gone down to 3 bars at this point, so I'm actually gonna walk until I get to the 4 bar section. You can play with it a little bit, and different networks are going to be working best in different areas. But for me, there it is, right again in front of Indiana Jones. I have T-Mobile, by the way, so maybe for you it'll be Indiana Jones. Wherever it works best, that's where you want to be. Now, like in the past, you want to make sure you pay attention to the time as it ticks down to 10 a.m. One of my favorite websites to do this is time.is. You just look up time is, one word, in Google. You'll find it right there at the top. Or you can look at your clock app on your iPhone. Either one's going to work well for you. Just make sure it's up to date. Refresh it just once, just one refresh. You should be good, be able to count down the seconds before 10 a.m. and the boarding groups open. Now, before we get started here, I'm going to run a quick speed test on my phone LTE and the Wi-Fi here at Disney's. Just see which one is faster, just so we can set the record straight. It does depend quite a bit where you are in the park, but it actually looks like Wi-Fi is faster for me. Again, I'm using a website called fast.com. I've used it before. Usually a pretty good speed test. There are tons of speed test websites and apps, but whatever works best for you. It actually looks like the Wi-Fi is doing super well this morning. Okay, 50 seconds left as we count it down here together. I am going to try the Wi-Fi today, just because it's stronger. I test the connection. That's one thing I want to test. Make sure which one's faster. It looks like Wi-Fi is faster for me today. There are other guests around here as well doing something similar, just counting it down with us as we make our way towards 10 o'clock. 20 seconds left. 18, 17, 16, 3, 2, 1. And just like that, I got boarding group 2. Oh my God. Boarding group 2. That is amazing. I've never gotten boarding group 2 before. That's how you do it. That's the new method for Rise the Resistance boarding groups here at Hollywood Studios. I was on the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi was working really, really well for me today, so don't be afraid to test it. But whatever's faster, use that. We got boarding group 2. That's incredible. It says boarding group 2 boards in about 20 minutes. I'm so excited about this. This is awesome. That's the way to start the day right there. That is how you get the boarding pass for Rise the Resistance. Let's go over those tips one more time. Find the connection that's strongest, whether it's Wi-Fi or LTE, whatever's stronger. Make sure the app is open. Stay in the join virtual queue area. Count it down till the second, and then click that join over and over again. Keep the app open. Those are the key tips to getting an early boarding group on Rise the Resistance. We got boarding group. I've never gotten boarding group 2. That's epic. Now, it's important to have your entire party linked with your My Disney Experience account so that everybody's on there. If for any reason everyone didn't get it at the same time, or maybe you weren't linked, go to one of the blue umbrellas, guest experience team. They'll fix it. They can fix it. Before I can even make it to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge from Indiana Jones, they've already called our group. It wasn't even 20 minutes. It was a few seconds. Rise the Resistance. First thing in the morning, time is now 10:03. Let's do it. Don't think I've ever been in line for Rise the Resistance this early in the morning. I'm telling you, 10:06 in the morning. That's how we start our day. It never gets old. It never gets old.
Detect the binary motive.
It's a trap.
From Ray.
141, identify yourselves. Prepare to be boarded.
I have a bad feeling about this.
So do I. I'm telling you, I could look outside that shield wall for hours. It's amazing. There's literally no one behind us. Look at this. The other side of the wall too. One group in front of me, right there, but no one else behind us. Wow.
For your safety, stay seated with seatbelt securely fastened. Keep hands, arms, feet of them. It's a prisoner transfer. Hey, you're not authorized. Wait, now go to the prisoner. Take cover, recruit.
Stop, the prisoners have escaped.
How brave, but ultimately hopeless.
There's nowhere to run.
There's no escape. The secret base.
No.
And then I will destroy you and the resistance.
Unbelievable experience every time. All done before 10:30. It's 10:29 in the morning. Wow. Now that's what I call a great way to start the day right there. I am super tempted by a breakfast morning wrap. Absolutely am. I'm not going to get one just because I really do want some coffee first, and I think by the time we get back here, I'll probably be done with the breakfast ones. But one day again, one day. Early this morning, I noticed a tremendous number of people coming into Hollywood Studios, the same as here as you make your way through Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Lots and lots of people. Now I was thinking, since it's early in the morning, maybe we could slip on a few other rides. There's already a 30-minute wait for Alien Swirling Saucers. I can only imagine what the wait times are for Slinky Dog and Midway Mania. Now the line for Slinky Dog Dash goes all the way out here. Can you see it right there, right behind me? It's a 40-minute wait according to the app right there. And Toy Story Midway Mania is apparently a 20-minute wait. Now as I'm walking out of Toy Story Land, I should mention the crowds are significantly more than what I've seen in the past. I feel like there's probably was a phase 2 where it was a little bit more crowds, and now maybe we're in phase 3 of Disney's private plan where we have just more people in total in the park. Now given the fact that the global situation is still going on, I did want to mention some of my feelings about the distancing. In line, in anywhere where you have these social distancing markers, places that are kind of regulated, I feel like Disney's doing an amazing job with that. The hardest part is the passageways between the different things. For example, as we make our way down this street here, you can see to my left a lot more crowds. How do you get down that street and keep your social distancing? You kind of have to weave in and out to make it happen. You can, you really can, but the more crowds make it more difficult to keep that social distance. Of course, there are several ways to maintain that distance despite more crowds, finding those quieter areas. One of the biggest tips that I've been using of recent days is to arrive later. All the parks, including Hollywood Studios, later in the afternoon tend to get far less crowded. It's a morning thing. A lot of morning folks out here enjoying the magic first thing in the morning. But if you come maybe, let's say 3 hours after a park opening, it's usually a significant difference at the entrance, and then later in the evening and afternoon, a much bigger difference throughout the park. So if you're really thinking about social distancing at Disney and you want to have as much space as possible, which is totally understandable, I'm kind of sharing my thoughts with you. If you want to have as much space as possible, I recommend having breakfast maybe at a resort or somewhere else, and then maybe for lunch coming to the parks. And once you get past that early morning rush, look how much of a difference this is. See, early in the morning, swamped right here, so many people. As just maybe an hour, it's been just about an hour since opening, and look at this. Big difference. Let's continue our magical day with some magical coffee. Even Sunset Boulevard on my left right there, far less people over there, and then more of Hollywood Boulevard. In that way, it's more people, but this way, less people. So again, it's just about that timing. You want to get the timing just right, you can really avoid some crowds, I'm telling you. I'm back on the secret menu for Starbucks, and I want a coffee. I do want a coffee this morning, but I see tiramisu frappuccino. How do I resist that? Since I am feeling like a coffee, I decided to find one that included coffee on the secret menu. 3 C's latte. Listen to this. Packs a punch of cinnamon, chocolate, and caramel. Apparently, you order a cinnamon Deluxe latte with mocha sauce and caramel syrup. 3 C's latte it is. Let's try it. From Starbucks today, of course, got that venti water. Got to drink that first. But I also have this very special Triple C latte, which is actually a cinnamon Deluxe latte with mocha syrup and caramel syrup sprinkled with cinnamon. Looks really, really good. Looking forward to trying it after I finish the water. Thanks to Anna and Jose. Anna and Jose, thank you so much for your gift card. It means a tremendous amount. Water is done. Time for the Triple C latte. Super excited. Cheers. That is surprisingly good. It's like It's like super chocolatey, but I'm guessing it's just coffee flavor. That's really good. It's not the sweetest drink that I've had from Starbucks, but it's really good. If you like cinnamon and the mocha flavor, you are going to love this one. This one might be worth a try. If those sound good to you, I think it might be worth a try. It does taste like that cinnamon dulce latte, no doubt about it, but the update to it with the triple C adds a lot, in my opinion. My only fear with this one is that the coffee may be a little bit on the strong side. That's the only thing to think about. But otherwise, yeah, I can see myself getting this one again. Not too sweet. Not as sweet as a caramel macchiato, I think. I think the caramel macchiato is likely sweeter. But I didn't add anything to this. I didn't put any like sweet and lows or anything in this one. I usually do with caramel macchiatos. So that's really good. It's really, really good. I made it about a third of the way through this one, and this is actually a super strong drink. So if you like strong coffee, then yes, it's a little too strong for me. Just a little bit. I like the flavor a lot, just on the strong side. We'll definitely be trying more items from the secret menu in the future. I was just thinking about lunch, and Sci-Fi Dining Theater's been on my mind since earlier this morning. I was trying to get in. I couldn't find a reservation. I might walk over there to see if they have any openings. I really doubt it though, so maybe we'll just kind of head in that direction. I was actually thinking about heading on the gondola and seeing what the Caribbean beach is like today. I think that's the plan. Let's go ahead and make our way outside of Hollywood Studios right now and take the gondola over to Caribbean Beach. Now, as I was speaking about crowds earlier, check out the difference right here. It's an hour and a half after opening. Yeah, that's a big difference. As you'd imagine, first thing in the morning, right around, I'm sure 11:15, something like that. See, nobody in line. There is something super relaxing about the Skyliner gondola system. The voice, it's nice, especially for those who maybe don't know Disney as well. But I like kind of like a quiet, you know, tranquil flight over Disney. Now, I promise I will not be talking about this tripod forever. All right, I promised. But a couple friends have asked me, Michael, where is it? Where can I find it? I've actually put it in the description for you if you want to take a look. Also, it's sitting on the chair right there. I wouldn't have trusted the GorillaPod to sit there on a moving gondola just because the tripod can go totally flat. Yes. I find it so fascinating that Disney is filling up the parking lot right over there. But look out here, no spots full over there, and then this parking lot. I think this is the kind of premier parking lot here, where you can park. You can pay more to park here, premier parking. But look at how many empty spots there are, especially considering how crowded Hollywood Studios feels. Not is, but feels during all of this. That's a big empty parking lot. The debate's been going on for a little while. Which is my favorite transportation system at Disney? I love the monorail. All right, the monorail will always have a piece of my heart, no doubt about it. But there's something incredible about the Skyliner, especially having it to yourself. There really is. If you haven't tried it yet, you're a little worried about being this high up in the air, and it stops from time to time. Just there we go again. See how it stops and goes. It goes and stops, but it is just so tranquil, and I love like the 360 views right here. There's something special about it. By no means do I feel like we should replace any systems. Not saying monorails are, no, maybe upgraded monorail, but this is so nice. Well, that's a first. We basically, not completely, but basically have the entire Skyliner gondola station here to ourselves. There's a couple of families here and there, but not many. Not many. Here at Caribbean Beach, you can see the pathways are indeed open. You can go all the way around. I was actually thinking about getting food from Caribbean Beach, but it's a little bit of a walk on a hot day. I'm gonna save it for a cooler day. I think I'm actually gonna go head over to Riviera. I guess we've had lunch there somewhat recently, but not too recently. Let's give it a try. Ready for the ultimate tripod test? Oh my gosh, you're doing it! You're doing it! Didn't touch it for takeoff, but oh yeah, that's the tripod for me, just with that. That alone did it. Done. I want to mention something real quick that it's a little bit personal, but I do want to mention it. There is nowhere else I'd rather be right now. There is nowhere else I'd rather be right now. And I think that goes to show how much I love it here. I love it. I don't care how hot, the hurricane, I don't care. I love it here. And you say to yourself, Michael, it's just Disney, right? Yes, it's Disney, the reason why I love it here. But it's more than that. It's the people. It's the friends I meet along the way, and cast members who say hi. And we're coming in for a landing, so I gotta put my mask on. But you get the idea. It's just, Dream come true right here. Dreams do come true. Riviera quiet pool, far less crowded than we've seen it before. And the main pool, from what I can tell from here, also looks a bit less crowded, but we're headed to Primo Piatto. I was looking at the menu on the Skyliner. There's a croque monsieur, which I have seen many times, but never tried. Let's try it together. From Primo Piatto, check out the croque monsieur. Looks super, super good. A lot of cheese right there on top. Fries as well. Looks amazing. Looking forward to trying it with you. Some of the fries are actually stuck to, I wonder if they'll add to the flavor. Well, you know, for the first bite, I'm not gonna try a fry with it. Bon appetit. First bite, incredibly good. The bread there with the cheese. The cheese, I'm telling you, it's really, really good flavor to it. It tastes a little bit like a Swiss. It does, kind of like that sharper taste to it, but wow. The ham in the middle there is delicious. It's a lot of bread to ham ratio, but the taste, the flavor profile is out of this world. Delicious, wow. As you get closer to the middle there, the ratio kind of gets better, a lot more meat to the cheese, and it's not too much bread. You know, sometimes you think about these things, too much bread. It's not. Wow. I gotta tell you, this is up there with one of my favorites at Primo Piatto, the croque monsieur. I love it. It goes with the, remember the chicken cutlet? They don't serve that right now. Just, you know, limited menu for Primo Piatto. This is up there. Absolutely up there. I think this is my favorite lunch item on the menu so far that we've tried. I'm telling you, Primo Piatto, worth coming out of your way for. You try so many things on the menu. They're so good when you have a spot like this where it's just like fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. It's worth coming back for and out of your way. There is one problem with the croque monsieur, however. It's a lot of food, and you don't want to stop eating it. It's so good, you don't want to stop, but I'm going to save this a little bit right there for a snack. A little bit later. Luckily, they give you a bag with it, so it shouldn't be too tough to carry around here. Truly a great lunch at Primo Piatto, and got some for a little bit later as well. Man, I cannot recommend Primo Piatto enough. Hollywood Studios Day, Epcot Day, just make your way over here on the gondola, so easy. Delicious food. Delicious food. I know it's a gondola ride away from Hollywood Studios or Epcot, but Primo Piatto, every single time, they get it right every single time. For that to happen, that just makes it worth it to me, just to come back here. Such a fantastic day today. So glad I had the opportunity to share it all with you. Until next time, have a truly magical day.